Arrowhead, and today we are back with some more sports with Todd. Today we are talking about recruiting rankings. And most importantly, we're going to people like 24/7 and Rivals. Sorry, I gotta kind of find situations because that's kind of weird for me. I gotta be honest, it was a little weird when I saw this, and a lot of these things have come over the last few days, last few months. So let's go look at BYU real quick, right? Let's look at BYU. They have this quarterback right here, Ryder Lyons, 24/7 Sports, which is considered probably the highest when it comes to recruiting. It's probably the highest one nationally. Um, has Ryder Lyons at 98 overall in a composite score. And then, well, this was where they had them, but Rivals has him as a 4-star ranking. Sorry, don't want to go to school today. Um, this was kind of weird when I thought. Um, Interesting. Um, okay. All right. For instance, okay, let's look at their 5 stars real quick. Here. Ah, Wrightson Beaver. What the frick? Where did I see that? Anyways, we want to talk about recruiting rankings because recruiting rankings goes into overall rankings, and obviously those are this early in the season. You can't take it for what it is. But teams like Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, and even Alabama have good recruiting. They have good recruiting, and that's why they're highly rated when it comes to ESPN's not ESPN, but the AP Top 25, and also ESPN's Power Index. All of these are going into it, but when you think of teams like, for instance, let's go Utah. Utah didn't have a great season last year, right? But they have constantly been the top 25 in power rating. But that's not because they're getting top 25 classes every year. Yes, they get top 30 classes, but they have not had um, Okay. Don't know where I'm going with this apparently. Um. Anyways, I look at Ryder Lyons, and the most recent thing I saw was he was considered behind um this Oregon Ducks, Bryson Beaver, in Rivals. And people were fed up about it because you can literally play the system by putting players higher than each other. And going out of last spring football, Ryder Lyons was a 5-star football player. However, Bryson Beaver, as you can see here, is a 4-star. In many cases, rivals will rank. Let's go to position rankings real quick. Um, yeah, where position and class. Let's go. Okay. Player rankings. Do position. QB. Okay. So, here we'll see where all the players go. Last time you look, this was early 2000, early July. They had Ryder Lyons lower than Brian Beaver, Bryson Beaver. However, because of public outcry by Ryder Lyons not having played football, he cannot physically, we cannot see tape that he's not doing good. Like, we can't see that kind of tape. However, what we can see is the fact that things went down. Like, for instance, if we go to Google, why higher than here? Here. This is as of July, and this is Oregon. Oregon's 24/7. Oregon Ducks quarterback Bryson Beaver skyrockets over Ryder Lyons recruiting ranking. This is in 20. This is in July, right? July. No one's playing football in July. The Marriott Californians 4-star committed to Oregon on June 25th, but had since become one of the biggest recruiting risers on On3's latest Rivals 300 ranking. Beaver went from previously being ranked, not being rated, to the 44th spot in the initial rankings. Beaver is now listed as the 5th quarterback in the 2016 class per On3, ahead of Texas Longhorn commit Daya Bill. Georgia Bulldogs commit Jared Carson, Tennessee Volunteers commit Taser Brendan, and Oklahoma Sooners commit Bo Bentley. Shortly before the Ducks secured the commitment, they lost the committing battle for quarterback Ryder Lyons to the BYU Cougars. They were also in pursuit of Ohio quarterback Matt Quatz, but he committed to play for Kentucky Wildcats. Beaver is now rated the highest by On3 of the three former targets, with Lyons at 6 and Patatsky at 9. In quarterback ratings, Beaver currently still rates as number 17 quarterback by 24/7 Sports, and number 15 by ESPN. However, you go look at ESPN's score for Rider Lions, they have him listed at 85 overall or something. 83, I think. 84, sorry. And this is a class that BYU's actually really excited about. I'm not gonna lie, we are very excited about this as BYU fans, but they have him listed as a 4-star here on ESPN. This goes into ESPN's power ratings. This goes into what the committee looks at. When you think of it all being kind of like, when you look at everything, it makes sense how people are saying the SEC and the Big Ten are running things just because quarterbacks like Ryder Lions, when they commit to BYU, get shot in the foot by saying, I'm going to BYU. Players like Brock Harris, who, by the way, yesterday went for 200 yards in a single quarter as a tight end, 3 touchdowns, is listed as a 4-star. Yes, he's playing for Pineview High School in Utah. Not really that big of a high school, but he is doing really well. And he's higher than Ryder Lyons, who technically is a 5-star on every other rating besides ESPN. Guess what? They are building this to, like, don't take it for me. Go do your own research. But it's kind of ironic that the same thing happened to then first, like, top prospect in college basketball, AJ DeBonsa. Right after he committed, he fell to number 2 behind Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson is a great player, and I will not go wrong. They are 1A, 1B for sure. No matter which one you look at, they are 1A, 1B. But the fact that AJ DeBonsa has fallen from being the number 1 recruit to the number 2, now the number 3 behind Boozer's son, which made sense. Like, kids got basketball in blood. But I don't believe a school should matter. We're going to see it on the court this year, and I'm super excited for that game of AJ DeBonsa versus Darren Peterson. We're going to see that on the court this year. Guess what we're also going to see? Stuff like this to continue to happen. As a BYU fan, I don't like this, but you saw it with other quarterbacks. You've seen it with the new Houston commit that they were so high on. He was considered the number 2 ranked 5-star quarterback going into the 2026 season. They had him locked in by December, and since then, his rating has dropped from being the number 2 quarterback to the number 5 via ESPN, via On 3, via, not On 3, via 24/7 Sports. However, these are all 5-star commits. It's like, obviously, you gotta go out and prove it on the field. But one thing I do hate is when you get schedules like this where you get teams like Tennessee who are literally playing Oklahoma. Why is Oklahoma rated over teams like BYU? Like, for instance, Utah. I don't believe Utah should have been ranked. I don't. They had a terrible season last year. They, like, this isn't the bias in me. They had 5-17 last year. However, Oklahoma, let's go look at their ratings last year. 1, 2. They started. Oh, let's go look at their full schedule. Okay, started 4-1. Okay, 4-1 with a loss to Tennessee. Okay, all right, whatever. But then you lose 1, 2, 3. Win Maine. 4. Win Alabama. Okay, you blew out Alabama. Lose at LSU. Lose at Navy versus Navy in Lockheed Martin Bowl. These are 2 games. This is a team that went 6-7 last year, and they lost by crap like 34-3, 39-35-9. They do not deserve to be ranked. No matter what, they don't deserve to be ranked. They lost. They beat Houston by 4. Houston was literally bottom of the barrel in the Big 12 last year. Like, they were not good. They were not good last year. They have a great schedule coming back. I really do like their schedule for them. They only played one of the top 3 teams this year. Maybe 2. Depends on what Texas Tech. If Texas Tech does what Texas Tech does. However, like, we're going to see this throughout the country, and it pisses me off as a Big 12 fan. Like, we all saw what Arizona State did to Texas, right? Like, we all saw why they lost to Texas, right? Um, like, they lost to Texas because they weren't as good. They lost to Texas because of a dumb call. Like, you go back to that uh no call targeting. That one should put them in the, like, should have won the game for them. It didn't, because guess what? It wasn't called. Because, yeah, it wasn't called. Well, all I'm saying is read between the lines. See that this is happening. It's not just us looking at it like this. This crap, it's happening, and us, like, I know everybody's gonna say, oh, SEC, SEC, SEC. Alright? Like, but come on. We're taking out the competitive nature of college sports when we say it's all SEC or bust. Like, SEC hasn't won since Georgia did in 2022. Like, it's been Michigan. It's been Ohio State. Those were the last 2 to win it. If anything, we could say the Big Ten's running it. But guess what? There's only 4 Big Ten teams that even remotely come to mind who could have a good year. Like, I don't know. I'm reading between the lines. I'm seeing things like this, and I know that teams like Kansas State should have a chance to win. Arizona State should not be ranked 11th. Yeah, they don't have what's his bucket coming back. Corbett. Running back. Scab.
but they have Levitt. They have probably one of the better coaches in the Big 12. Like, this is things that are happening, guys. And I know I'm going a little controversial here, and everybody's going to call me a homer for being a BYU guy. But these are things that's happening. Like, let's stop putting the name of the school with recruiting. If a player goes out, does what freaking uh Rock Harris did yesterday, let's throw up the accomplishment and say, hey, that's really cool. That guy just showed you why he shouldn't be playing high school football. Like, I don't know. Thank you for listening to my rant. I hate recruiting. I hate preseason AP polls. Let's go. Let's see it on the field. Texas and Ohio State should not be 1-3. Like, you're selling the game. You're just selling it. Let's not do that. Let's have people watch who they want to watch for the first day and see where it goes. Thank you all for watching. Hope you liked my video. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. I promise I won't be this biased uh again. But I hate recruiting rankings.